Maggie, are you there? Do you have time to talk?
Oh, good evening, Mom. What's this about?
I hear you're pregnant. Is it true?
Excuse me?
So, which is it? A boy or a girl? I'm 100% it's a boy. I'm sure of it.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not pregnant. Where do you even hear that?
Pardon me? Well, that can't be right. Do you think I would make such a thing up? I saw you the other day. You definitely had morning sickness. Don't you forget, I'm a mother too, you know.
Sorry? Morning sickness?
Yes, the other day when you came over to our house. Come on, stop evading the issue, Maggie. Boy or a girl? Easy question.
Like I said, Mother, I'm not pregnant.
Oh, don't give me that. Why are you keeping it a secret? Everyone will find out sooner or later.
This morning sickness you're talking about, that was probably when I got back from that long trip. I sort of got car sick after that long ride back.
Car sick? In this day and age?
Oh, the ride quality's good, but you know we bought that new car. That new car smell kind of made me a bit nauseous. I was also never really comfortable riding in a car for long periods of time. And you know I don't have a driver's license, and Mark always drives me to your place. And you know, riding in the passenger seat always makes me a little dizzy.
You're really trying hard to hide this, aren't you? Whatever for? And if you get car sick, there are pills for that. So, boy or a girl? No more pussyfooting around. And don't you dare tell me it's a girl. We need a boy in this family.
What am I supposed to say? I said I'm not pregnant. How else am I supposed to put it? Should I lie? And as for taking car sickness pills, there are reasons I can't take such medicine.
I see where you're going with this. I know why you're being so stubborn. It's a girl, right? Oh, I knew it.
Pardon me?
Yes, I knew it. That's why you've been hiding it. Your family. All girls, right? Ever since Mark married you, I knew it would turn out this way. All your siblings are girls. Mark should have known. You know we run a business and someday we're going to need someone to take over. And you had to go and get pregnant with a girl. I was never in favor of Mark marrying you, but he's my son and in the end it's his decision. But to be honest, I really should have pushed him harder.
Mother, are you okay?
So, I guess that means divorce.
Divorce? You're getting a bit ahead of yourself, aren't you?
Well, if you insist on having this child, this girl, well, that's what will happen. You'll just have to bring up that child on your own.
Please, Mother, stop with this nonsense. I told you I'm not pregnant.
Hey, Mom, can we talk?
Oh, hi, Mark. Good timing. You have to hear this. You won't believe what Maggie just said. She was trying so hard to hide the fact that she's pregnant with a little girl. Unbelievable. She wouldn't even admit that she was pregnant. Why hide it? We'll all find out sooner or later, right, Mark? I bet she was planning on keeping it a secret and then just having the baby without even telling us about it. You have to divorce this woman, Mark. It's for your own good.
Mom, what's wrong with you? Where did you even get the idea that she was pregnant?
I know it for a fact. Let's put that aside for now. Mark, you remember that very nice girl you used to date back in college? What was her name? Julianne or something? What do you think about her as your next wife? She would be perfect. The type to give a nice, healthy boy. She has 4 siblings and all boys. I'm sure she'll give birth to a beautiful baby boy.
Yeah, Julianne. She got married right out of college.
Oh, really? Oh, that's too bad.
Mom? When you were texting Maggie, I was standing right next to her, observing the whole exchange.
Oh, you don't say! Well, that means Maggie's little fib about her not being pregnant is all out in the open now. Now you know, Mark. So, when are you going to process the divorce papers? That means you'll have to go down to City Hall and get the necessary forms and talk to your lawyer about how to proceed next.
I'm telling you, Mom, Maggie is not pregnant. She's not lying about that.
Pardon me?
We have plans and decided to put off having kids for a while. And about her getting car sick, that's all true too.
So, why was she suddenly feeling sick? I can't believe she gets that unwell just by sitting in a car.
Well, it's not only the car, I suppose. It's hay fever season too, so this time of year she's not really in the best of condition. So she takes various hay fever medicine.
Hay fever.
So she can't mix car sickness pills with what she's already taking. Which also brings us to the subject about her being pregnant. You obviously know that she can't take medicine while she's pregnant, right?
Yes, well, that's common sense, I suppose.
So we figured we'd start thinking about kids after the hay fever season. You know, when she's not taking any medicine. Yeah, actually, we talked about this earlier.
Okay, I see. That's what's going on, huh? Well, in that case, let's just forget the whole thing. You know what I said and all.
Excuse me, that's it? After what you said, just forget it?
Well, it's all Maggie's fault. She made it seem like she was pregnant, and her attitude. It was like she was hiding something. So, I thought, would you please talk to her and have her explain this whole mess to me? She's always so unclear about things. I just don't know what she's thinking.
Oh boy, you never seem to learn, Mom. You carry on like this and you're gonna get into real trouble one of these days.
Oh, what are you talking about?
You really think I don't know anything about what you did to Maggie all these years?
Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know you call her and get her to come over and do all the cleaning and cooking. Then sometimes you'd come over to our place without any advance notice and sit around for hours. And this is all during business hours.
Oh, well, yes, and I was just...
Come on, Mom, our family runs a business. You're an employee too, so please, Mom, do some work instead of loafing off and bothering Maggie every day.
I was only... And it's not every day. Anyway, I work.
Oh yeah? Now that it's all remote work, no one's around, so you just let Maggie do all the work. I heard you came over to our place with your laptop and have Maggie do all the company's spreadsheets. Is that true?
Well, you know, she's a housewife. She's got nothing else to do.
Maggie doesn't work at a company, but she works from home, like you, Mom. Now she has twice the work. As a matter of fact, what you did was release confidential company information by letting Maggie do the work. You do realize that, don't you?
Excuse me? What do you mean?
Luckily for you, she didn't touch your laptop because she knew it was confidential, and as a non-employee, she had no right to look at it. But you went ahead and berated her for not doing the work for you.
But it wasn't very difficult work. You know, calculations and all easy stuff.
It's not about whether it's easy or difficult. This is confidential corporate information. Dad's the CEO of this company. You're an employee of that company. What the hell are you doing allowing a non-employee to look at confidential files?
Oh, but I was only...
Don't give me that, but I was only crap, Mom. You know what? I can no longer let Maggie anywhere near you. And considering Dad's company, I just can't let the situation remain the way it is. What's more, I'm concerned for Maggie. I mean, think about it. What if she did give birth to a daughter? I don't know what the hell you would do. So, we plan to move away.
Excuse me? What about work?
A friend from my college days started a company, and he asked me to join him. So I intend to quit Dad's company and go there.
What? Are you serious? You can't do that. You're slated to take over Dad's business after he retires. You can't just abandon that.
That hasn't been decided yet.
Oh, but you can't.
Sorry, but I've already made up my mind. We've already decided.
Hello, Maggie. It's been a long time.
Mom? Is it really you?
Oh, great, you haven't blocked me. Good for you. Okay, let's get down to business.
The reason I didn't block you is because I wanted to keep the line open. We weren't sure what you'd do next. With that said, I have no intention continuing this conversation. Goodbye.
Are you sure about that? Even if I told you I found out where you and Mark moved to? that I have your address?
Pardon me?
A friend of mine was on vacation and she happened to spot you. She said you were pregnant. She followed you and found out exactly where you live. She sent me the address just the other day.
You can't be serious. You had me followed?
I really had a difficult time after you guys moved away. Did you know that we got divorced? He insisted he could no longer live with me after what you and Mark told him. Needless to say, I was fired from the company. I had no other choice but to move in with my brother's family. But as you can imagine, it's not very comfortable. I mean, emotionally.
Is that so? But all that has nothing to do with me.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Maggie. You have everything to do with my predicament. I understand that the baby will be a boy. He'll come into this world next month, isn't that right?
Are you serious? Where did you hear that?
I told you my friend followed you. She also heard you talking to your friends at the supermarket. Oh, you never know who's listening. She heard you say that it's a boy and that you were expecting next month.
So this friend of yours, she was eavesdropping?
Well, yes, I suppose she was. But anyway, I'll do you a favor. I'm willing to live with you until the child is born, and maybe after that too. You'll need all the help you can get.
No way. That's never going to happen.
Okay, just until the baby is born then. I'll leave after he's born. What do you say? But I'll take the baby with me. I demand you hand over my grandson after he's born.
Were you institutionalized the past 3 years? That's complete crazy talk.
Maggie, you don't seem to understand. Do you realize how difficult it's been the last 3 years? You guys simply disappearing, the divorce. If I appear in front of my husband with our grandson, I'm sure he will be overjoyed. He'll accept me back, I'm sure of it. So, he's my grandson, I'm taking him. If you have any compassion for what I went through all these years, you would hand over the child without question. It is your duty to obey your mother-in-law.
What are you talking about? Obey my mother-in-law? Are you out of your mind? We cut ties with you 3 years ago. We can't consider you our family. So why would we hand over our child to a stranger?
Excuse me, a stranger?
Hello, Mother. After 3 long years, you haven't changed a bit, I see.
Oh my God, is that you, Mark? Oh, I didn't expect to get a line from you.
I was watching the back and forth you were having a second ago.
How about work?
I work from home now. I have a little office set up. About you finding out where we live, his apartment complex is pretty secure. You won't get past the front entrance. There are several security personnel around too. They'll just turn you back, so I wouldn't even try.
Well, I'll just tell them I'm your mother. They'll let me in, no problem.
Actually, I told the landlord all about you. Security will be on the lookout for you. I even gave him a picture of you. As a matter of fact, after that text message earlier, I called security and reminded them to be on the lookout for you. And under no circumstances to let you in.
What? You're not serious? I'm your mother, for God's sake!
I told him if you gave them trouble to just call the police.
Pardon, the police? How could you do that to your own mother?
After how you treated your own son's wife? I can't believe what I'm hearing!
Oh, forget all that. Just hand over my grandson. I'll be over next month to pick him up. That child is going to be the next president of your father's company, and he's my ticket to getting back with your father.
It just hit me. I didn't realize you didn't know. The company, our cousin Rachel, was named the CEO a year ago. I'm surprised you didn't know.
Pardon me?
Yeah, I think it was April of last year.
You mean Rachel? She ran the sales department when I was there. That Rachel?
I guess she was your niece too, right?
Rachel? Oh, you're kidding me, right? She's the new CEO?
Yeah, and she's super smart. I knew she would succeed. But to be honest, I didn't expect her to become CEO. She had Dad's trust ever since she joined the company. She worked her butt off all those years. She deserved it. She's way smarter than me. So, I didn't have any qualms about quitting when I did.
Oh, but Rachel? She's a woman. And she's the CEO? Oh, that cannot be right.
In this day and age, it's not that unusual for a woman to be a CEO. I mean, you work there too. I can't believe you're still so old-fashioned.
But how could... I mean, she's...
So that's what's up. Suggest you abandon any notion of this ludicrous scheme of yours.
It is not a ludicrous scheme, as you put it. If I take my grandson to your father's place, I can convince him to... I could even act as a go-between for you and your father. If I do that, well, I could get back with your father.
Why would I want you to act as go-between between me and Dad? We get along just fine. Maggie and I cut ties with you and you alone. Dad has nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, we had dinner at his place the other night.
Excuse me?
You know what, Mom? I'm pretty busy now. Could we call it a day?
No, wait. Let's talk about this.
No, Mom, there's nothing more to talk about. See you around. Please don't contact us again.
Well, it seems the only person obsessed with having a grandson was my mother-in-law. I think it was her obsession that caused her to lose sight of what was most important, which was her family. But she never learned and still continues with her obsession, feeling not a modicum of remorse for her outrageous behavior. After that line message, she apparently made her way to the apartment complex and hung around for a while. No, she was not able to get in, luckily. I think the security finally called the police and she sulked away after that. Having nowhere to turn, she ended up trying to get back together with my father-in-law, but he wouldn't have any of it. Apparently, my father-in-law had already met a nice widower while walking his dog and is currently dating her. I hear they may even get married. When my mother-in-law heard that, she went a little nuts, screaming and having a total meltdown. The cops eventually came and took her away. I heard even her brother has even cut ties with her. I don't know what happened to her after that.